this is a very interesting conversation. I wish we could have it for a long time, but I want to move to strategies. One thing started to realize is, whether it's Facebook, Google, whatever, when you're offering one service,
Yeah. And
I
then the
think
rug gets pulled out from underneath you. Yeah.
no, but it's not just the algorithms changing or anything like that. It's more, uh, most of these businesses don't have a marketing strategy. It's like, hey, you
Correct.
come in as an agency and you're like, hey, we're gonna run your ads. Okay, great. So you're gonna make me money as a direct response thing,
Mhm.
but you realize there is like you can send direct mailers. You
Yep.
know, you can maybe get in front of them as far as branding goes. Maybe
Yep.
maybe that's the radio. Maybe that's something else. But there is so many like you were one trick pony when we were offering uh 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 Facebook ads or Google ads. And the idea is you're just offering direct response and you're not really building a business. You're making them depend on you, which is
Mhm.
great for your business, right? But it's not great for their business. And I see that with agency owners themselves.
Yep.
Like, where is your branding? Where is it? Because like Alex Hormozi talks about this, like the best, the best type of clients are word of mouth. But the
Yep.
way you get to word of mouth is if you build it out. It's like, hey, I'm going to run my Facebook ads. I'm going to do this, to the point where I have word of mouth. I have enough clients coming to me every single day. I don't even have to care about marketing. I have to turn people away. So
Yep.
what do you think about that? Like, is this something we should be solving? Is there opportunity here? Or should we just look at what we're doing and just
I
offer the Facebook
remember
ads?
I remember being convinced that there are these people at Facebook that are working for Facebook and targeting people like me, shutting down their pages and their ad accounts. And then somehow they get a DM saying, yo, if you want your stuff back, pay this amount and then your stuff will come back on. I was convinced of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any concrete evidence until it happened to me.
No way.
Yeah. And then I had to pay a guy $4,000. And then 15 minutes later, it was like he turned the lights back on.
What?
Just
On your ad account or is it a page?
Page, ad account, everything.
What?
Yeah. So I had access to my personal page, personal profile, but no access to my business manager. And all the ads were off and everything was banned.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, it's like, it's true. Fucking true. It happens. Right. And that made me really rethink the steadiness of the supplier I built my business on. And instead of using the word platform, I want to say the word supplier. And there's these running theories in MBA programs of like, if you're buying all your screws from one person, they're sourcing them from the same place in the same mine, and the mine goes under, you got 3 weeks until you run out of screws.
Yeah, basically like due diligence of your vendors is what you're saying.
Yeah. So like having a diversified pool of suppliers will decrease the amount of risk you have in your business.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, man, MBA is always right. God damn it. So I ended up diversifying my pool of suppliers, which is TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. There's a counterpoint of like, you can grow to $1 million a year with just like one.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're right. Okay, fine. And the one turns off. Now what?
Like, yeah, it's like the longevity of things right. That matters. Yeah.
Right. So there's a counterpoint. There's an argument. I do think it comes in stages. But I will tell you that if you are a TikTok influencer and your entire audience is on TikTok, and then all of a sudden TikTok bans you for whatever reason, that's it. You're gone. Your million followers are gone. Mm-hmm. What you need to be doing is collecting that information, argument about text or email or blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But for us, I found that if we ran the same ad on TikTok and Facebook, we got the same results. So now we got two suppliers, right? And then I said, all right, so let's just run some type of ads on AdWords and pay a guy to set it up. And we'll pay, $200 per phone call versus Facebook $60 a phone call, but at least we got a backup, right? And then it's like, okay, well, let's do a YouTube video. And I know it's the same company, but okay, Instagram as well. So we have different places to pick our buy our screws from. That has smoothed a lot of things out. I thought that would introduce complexity. It did not, because we did not allow complexity to come in. We're only bidding on 3 or 4 or 5 keywords. And that's it. It's the same ad for everybody on YouTube. It's the same reels for everybody. It's the same ad. It's the same process. So the opportunity for complexity to come in was dramatically reduced, which is usually the counterpoint. But you're 100% right of like one day you wake up and you're like, damn, man, who moved my cheese? All this shit is different now. And that's going to happen. It'll probably happen once every 18 months, every 24 months, like something dramatically changes. If you're doing an email agency and your whole thing is like copywriting and all that, One day I think is your DMARC records disappear, and you're like, oh shit, our canned spam. Oh my god, what happened? Right? Like that'll happen. You have to figure out a solution. If you're doing text message response and Twilio comes in and says, yo, man, you got to re-verify, and they don't, you need a solution for that type of thing. So it's not so much a diversification as much as is a risk reduction. And so usually when people say diversification, they draw the circle and then they split, and they're like, you only 50% attention. Yeah. The philosophy really should be a reduction of risk. And that has enabled me to have much more confidence. And the cool part is I can go to Mark and go like, hey, dentist, have you always wanted to see if your market responds to IG Reels? Join up and pay $297 and do it for yourself. Right. Actually, Mr. Johnson, it sounds like, you're interested and took the course, but you don't have the time. We have a done for you option. Oh, actually, you want your staff to learn how to do it? Our team will train your staff. Now you got all three, right? But you're on point of like the reduction of risk is required. I think when your business is over like $80,000 to $100,000 a month, then you need to have like real meaningful conversations about having more than one source of traffic. Until then, switching is not that hard. It just takes 3 or 4 days of intense like focus, and then you can rebuild everything, whether it's Facebook versus TikTok or TikTok versus YouTube or Reels or whatever. I mean, I know some people that are doing Twitter now. I know some people that ran Facebook ad agency, and one day they're like, I'm just going to do, YouTube shorts and clips, and that's it.
Right.
So that type of stuff, it's very doable.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but like as far as the stuff you're talking about, like because we kind of got mixed up in like these platforms, but it's kind of meta in the sense that we kind of offer it, but we also use it ourselves. Yeah. So this entire time when you're talking about, were you talking about us using it ourselves or us offering it?
Both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you are trying to get clients from the internet, you and I both know it's 3 or 4 or 5 clicks as long as your product, your person, and your price is on point. Yeah. It's the same thing you do as a service to your clients. And when you say, I only do Facebook ads, or I only do Instagram Reels, or I only do YouTube Shorts, there's a level of confidence that comes from saying no to a lot of stuff. But after a while, similar to what I mentioned before, you have to like have that clarity of thought and communication critical thinking of like, all right, I'm doing $1 million a year. What do I do now? Like, do I keep doing this, or do I spend the next business cycle or business winter knowing there's going to be a down month, which is totally fine, and saying, let me take a step back and build out alternative sources of screws in my business? The businesses that do that once a year, takes like 2-3 weeks sometimes.
Yeah.
They become immutable. Like they cannot be destroyed at all. Right. The businesses that are like, no, man, I'm going to grow, push as far as I can. They snap back all the way down to their systems. And all of a sudden they're like, I don't know what happened. Like I was doing $1 million a month and now we're doing $1,200. You're like, well, that's what fucking happened because YouTube didn't like how you talked. And that was the end of the conversation. So yeah, there's always that counterpoint of like, but Jeff, what about focus? You can focus up to 50, maybe 100,000 a month. And after that, you need to talk about risk reduction.
Yeah, usually